Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name's Katie if you're new here, and I am currently 9 weeks pregnant. So today I'm going to be sharing with you my 7 and 8 week pregnancy update. So I have a lot to say about these 2 weeks, to be honest with you. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it. If you are pregnant and you missed my last update, I did do a 0 to 6 week pregnancy update and just went over my symptoms and how I first found out that I was pregnant. I'm going to start out with the scariest part of this week, which was my ultrasound. So I, before this pregnancy, had a miscarriage, and then I found out that I was pregnant again and got an ultrasound and was expecting to be able to see a heartbeat on that ultrasound, but I was not able to. Basically, I was too early, so I was told that I had to wait 2 weeks and then come back again, and it was an awful 2-week wait. So when I was 7 weeks and 2 days pregnant, I got my second ultrasound of this pregnancy, and I was able to see a heartbeat, and it was such a relief. Like, those 2 weeks were absolutely awful, but I saw a heartbeat. The heartbeat was 155, and I will show you. I have an ultrasound pic, and the baby looks like a blob. So there honestly wasn't much that you could see on this ultrasound, but you could see the heartbeat, which is what I wanted to know. Having gone through several miscarriages, it's just such a reassuring sign, and obviously, I'm fully aware that things can still happen later on, and I know that they do quite regularly, but for me, it's one step in the right direction. So excited about that. But there have been some major symptoms this week, and I am not in any way complaining about being pregnant. I am so excited to be pregnant and so extremely grateful, but I just want to be honest for other people and just let other pregnant moms know maybe that they aren't the only ones going through these things, because it's just been, to be honest, it's been a really hard 2 weeks. So at the beginning of week 7, I would say like right at 7 weeks and 1 day, my nausea kicked up like crazy, and I wasn't feeling the best in week 6, but week 7, oh my goodness. And it was like, it's just constant. It was hard to sleep. When I woke up, it was there, and I just could not find anything that helped. So I started getting really desperate. I started researching it online and watching YouTube videos on it, and finally I think that I found a solution that I feel like helps me. I'm considering making a video on just exactly what I do every single day to ward off the nausea, because it has been a night and day difference, and I'm not going to say that it's totally gotten rid of it, but it's helped so much. On top of that, I've had a lot of bloating, and I am a thin person. I'm just a small person normally, so for me, I'm not saying that I think that I look big, or I'm not insinuating that. I'm just saying, like, I can feel it in my clothes, I can feel it on my body. Like, my stomach feels like I can't like suck it in anymore, if that makes sense. Like, it just feels very full almost all the time. Even when I wake up in the morning, my stomach still feels that way, and I'm not really sure why. I think it has to do with when you're pregnant, your digestive system slows down quite a lot, and I think that that's causing a lot of these type of bloating issues and also the nausea, if I had to guess. I've been having increasingly strange dreams, and just when I wake up in the morning, I remember all of my dreams, like from start to finish. And that happens to me sometimes when I'm not pregnant, like every now and again, but it like happens every single night, and it almost feels like I haven't slept. It just feels like I was like living another life in my dream when I wake up. It's so weird and strange, and just, I don't know. And honestly, my mood has been a little bit off, and I think that has to do with just feeling so awful and so like worn down. And I think when you don't like feel your best, and when you're not like looking your best because you don't feel your best, it kind of starts getting to you mentally. And I've definitely been dealing with that this week, because I am a mom of 3 kids, 3 and under, and I do also work as a nurse, so there's not really an option for me to just like sit in bed all day, even though honestly that's what I feel like doing, or just not, it's just like hard for me to deal with anything. And I try my very best not to let that show in front of my kids and be a really good mom and like be present in my job. But then when I get home, I just want to collapse. Like, it has worn me out. I don't think I'm usually a big baby about things, but this week 7 is hard. So week 8, my kids actually started getting sick, and they each had a bout of a stomach type of bug, and then also like some runny nose and congestion, which I am super congested right now. And I think that that's just kind of compounded because of the pregnancy, because I normally get a little bit congested when I'm pregnant, but then I think I've got a little bit of those bugs in me as well. And I just like, so on top of the nausea, like I can't breathe. And I'm sure that that'll get better here in a few days, but there's not much you can do, because you can't really take cold medicine when you're pregnant, and basically you just gotta wait it out. And I don't take cold medicine a lot even when I'm not pregnant, but if it's a really awful day and you just need some relief, it's nice to have it. But when you're pregnant, you don't really get that type of leisure. So another thing for week 8 is I am increasingly tired, and I feel honestly like I am 20 weeks pregnant and I'm only 9 weeks pregnant today. And it's bizarre to me. And I'm not sure if that's just because this is my 4th baby and my body is just, I don't know. I don't know. I think it has to do with that at least a little bit. And I also wonder if because I just had a miscarriage, if my body's like amping up the hormones to like kind of keep this pregnancy safe. I'm not sure, but either way, like I am definitely feeling it. Like I feel different. I feel 100% like I'm pregnant. My cravings these past 2 weeks have been for, I have honestly not been having any cravings. I've just tried foods that I feel like won't upset my stomach, and I've had a lot of success with potatoes and really, really well baked vegetables, because I'm trying to eat as healthy as I can. And at first I was just eating whatever sounded good to me, and what sounded good to me was usually like crappy food. But normally in the beginning of pregnancy, that's kind of what I would do. I would just eat what sounded good to me so that I could get some type of food in my stomach, and normally that would help. But this time around, if I ate what sounded good to me, it only made me feel worse. So I was like, I need some serious nutrients. So I reevaluated my pregnancy multivitamin, my prenatal vitamins, and I added some extra vitamins, and I also started eating a lot more vegetables. I cooked them in the slow cooker, and I feel like that digests really easily and really well. So I've had a ton of success with that. That hasn't seemed to upset my stomach at all. And I also try to get something on my stomach first thing in the morning, something kind of bland. Sometimes it is just potatoes or like some type of a bland cereal. And I also found that my body has not been reacting very well to whole grains, and I really love oatmeal. But when I ate that, honestly, it made me feel awful. So I have to cut that out for a little bit and figure out some other foods. Also, I typically eat a pretty healthy type of bread, but I switched my bread to white bread, and that's made a big difference. I just think that right now my body can't digest very well, and it's struggling with those like really like fiber rich, difficult to digest foods. I don't have a scale, so I'm not 100% sure how much weight I've gained. When I went to my 7-week appointment, I had already gained 5 pounds from my starting weight. And I'm sure a lot of that is water weight, but I don't know. 5 pounds already at that early of a stage when I'm feeling like not very good is just, I was just surprised. I mean, I don't care as long as the baby is healthy, but I was just like, dang girl. With my twins, I did gain quite a lot of weight, but I also had preeclampsia, so I was super swollen, and then I peed a bunch of water out after I had them. I know, TMI, but I haven't had any like overly strong aversions. I just know that my body doesn't do well with fried foods, doesn't do well with super fatty foods, not whole grains. Anything that's like hard to digest, my body's just like, girl, don't get near me. And I've been making sure to drink plenty of water. I think that that's about all for this update. I'm sorry if it was a little bit rambly. I was so excited to get some good news and be able to see that ultrasound. I am just thrilled with it. What I think that I'm going to do is wait until about 16 weeks to get a scan to see the gender. I know that you can do the early blood test type of gender to find out the gender, but I've never done that. And I personally love seeing the gender on the ultrasound. I feel like that's just like it's so much fun. I love that day. And the blood test I just don't want to do it. I don't know. I haven't done it with any of my other babies, so I don't think I'm going to do it for this one either. And yeah, that's all the news that I have to update you on. I will be back in a week or two, depending on if anything huge changes or I have anything big to tell you guys, and let you know what's going on. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in my next one. Bye!
I once felt I'm done with the defense. Drove back and climbed over your fence. Had to show you